Hi everybody, it's Kimberly here. Um, I'm so upset. Been up since early this morning. Somebody broke into my truck last night. They stole a bunch of random stupid things. But the thing I'm upset about is, oh my God, I can't look at this. My book was in there. My manuscript, the one that I've been working on. Oh my God, I was so upset. I was so mad. They stole like random stuff, like a bunch of laundry quarters, some change. But they stole these. I had like some, I call them like utility purses. And one of them I kept in there in the car, and it had like napkins and lip gloss and band-aids and just little random things that I use when I'm on the go, and I keep it in the floorboard. It was just like a little purse full of just really nothing, nothing of value for them. I mean, they're going to be so disappointed, I'm sure, or they were. And another purse had like address books, some family pictures. It had some just, I mean, it was packed full of like little notepads, address books, and um, I was just packing it up so that I could put it in storage, like stuff that you keep in a desk, just pencils and stupid stuff like that. I don't know. It didn't have anything of value in it either. And the thing that had my book in it, it had, I think, a couple of spiral notebooks, because I handwrite my books. When I do my writing, I handwrite things. And I was so upset I cried. I was so mad. Um, I just, why would they take that? It was just a vinyl, like a satchel bag, a cheap piece of crap vinyl satchel bag. And it had just the notebooks and papers, just random papers, nothing of value, nothing they can sell or nothing that's worth anything to them. And they took it, and I'm sure they threw it in a dumpster, got rid of it, because it's nothing of value. But they did take it was like a clear bag, and it had about 10 years worth of um, phone adapters and just a bag full of probably at least 15 or 20 phone cords, adapters, chargers, plugs, car adapters, just a whole bag full of them. It had a really nice one that I just bought like about a month ago that I have not, I think I tried it out one time, and I bought it for a backup because the one I have it's getting kind of old, and I was thinking it's probably going to break or something pretty soon, so I bought that one just for replacement so I'd be prepared for it. So all my adapters, all my phone chargers, everything, my tablet chargers, everything, every little adapter or charger was in that bag. That I'm a little bit upset about. But the main thing was my manuscript. Oh God. And I had just posted on Medium that I was going to start, that I had written chapters of this book. It had the whole outline, the whole first part of the book written. It was rough draft style, not completed, but it was, the whole beginning of the book. Every rewrite, everything I've done was in that bag. It's enough to make me want to throw up, just. So I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I went to take the dogs out. They woke me up early and went to my car, and it was unlocked. And I usually lock it there's a few times I've forgotten to lock it, but when I opened the door, I was like, oh my God, I forgot to lock it. You know, I was like, I hope everything's still in there. And I opened the door, and I could see the passenger seat was reclined back, all the way reclined back. I knew somebody had been sitting in it on that side. I looked around, and there was papers everywhere. I mean, they just tore through it. They just dumped a bunch of papers, everything out. They stole my red card for my DoorDash. I had to replace that, and the two change purses, the purse with all my address books, everything like that. And that one is the one that I think it had like a little wallet that had some family photos, and I don't think it had anything real valuable, but it might have had some personal identification kind of like information in it or something like that. I don't know. They stole a mask that I had ordered online that had the one that had the puppy face on it. I don't know. I think I might have shown it in the beginning of one of my videos. I mean, that purse, the one with the onion, lip gloss, band-aids, and I mean, why would they steal stuff like that? Just stupid, you know? And I drove around for like 2 hours looking for it because it's a small town and they had to be on foot. And they didn't shut the door completely. They left the door, the passenger door, semi-shut. It was closed, but it wouldn't. They didn't slam it shut, you know. So it'd been hanging open, kind of in a way. Because when I started my car up and I started to leave, I could hear, you know, something like rattling, like something was loose. I was like, oh, that door's open. You know, they left the door open because they didn't want to slam the door to, you know, wake me up or wake my dogs up. My dogs didn't bark at all. They also broke into a neighbor's car down the street, and there was months ago, one of my other neighbors, he told me just today when I was telling him about it that somebody had rifled through his console in his truck like I think a month or so ago. And they probably tried to get into my car, but it was probably locked. But I forgot to lock it. I drove around for like 2 hours looking for somebody if they're walking, because that's several bags that they would have to be carrying. You know, the bag of chargers, the bag with all the address books and notepads and all that. That was actually a purse that had a long strap on it. It was like a crossbody purse. It was an old purse. They're all, you know, not worth anything, just junky old purses that I put stuff in. And the little hand purse with the band-aids and lip gloss. Then the satchel with my book in it, and then the bag full of the plastic clear bag. It was one of those ones that they started selling, you know, when the airlines started wanting you to bring a clear plastic bag. Well, I had bought one of those, and I just put all my adapters and chargers and everything in it. So they would have to be carrying all that around. And I think it might have been, there's a couple of suspects that I have in mind that roam around in this city. It's really small, this little town, and a lot of people walk around, and there's particular people that walk down the street that I live on. It's kind of close to the town square, and there's one particular person that I kind of thought it might be. He's always walking around, looking around like this. I notice every time, and whenever I see him, I always go inside, and he's always walking around late at night, between like midnight and 3. You know, there's no jobs open late at this night, so he's not walking home from work, so he's just roaming around the city. And I told that to the cop. I went to the police station, reported it, and you know, I really don't care about any of that stuff. The main thing I wanted back was maybe the pictures, the family pictures, and my manuscript. The rest of the stuff I don't even care, you know. I mean, that was like almost a decade of work that I put into that. It was unfinished. It was just, you know, partial chapters. They weren't completely done. It was just rough draft. I haven't polished them up and they're not complete, but it had like the whole outline, had all the characters, all their names, all their everything, you know, and some of them I don't even remember because I wrote some of them years ago, you know, and I just kept adding to it. I kept adding to the list. I mean, I know that they threw it in a dumpster somewhere. I must have looked in like 50 or 100 dumpsters this morning for 2 hours. I went around driving around looking in dumpsters until I just wore myself out. I was exhausted. And then I came home, I went to sleep. Took a nap, I just woke up. And I have to go to work in a little bit. I gotta get dressed and get ready to go to work. But unless I find it, then I have to start the whole thing over. Just freaking ridiculous, you know. Just people don't know what they do when they do stuff like this. They don't know how it affects other people and the things that just really upsets me, you know, that somebody could do that. I'm just gonna have to start it over, and from what I can collect from my memory, just start it all over. Okay, just updating. Sorry this is such a downer. Thank you all.